You're all probably sitting there watching that screen right now thinking, Calvin, surely you're joking. Doors are frozen. It is a cold morning. This is going to be the last time I wake my neighbours up with the GTR. Turn them wipers off to make sure I'm properly in shot. I am. I've got a woolly hat on today. I've got the paperwork here for the GTR. That's the dyno from the dyno from when I got it mapped at Litchfield, and as you can see somewhere on here, just up the top here, 658 brake horsepower. I'm selling my GTR today. Today is the day that it goes. The guy that's buying the GTR for me is giving me something that he's got plus cash on top. Okay, so the GTR. Let's pop there in a sec. Do you know what? Actually, wait there a minute. Before we kick off this video, I've just got to go do something, yeah? Just wait there. So much better. I had to get a haircut. I just can't deal with having like just looks messy, isn't it? You know what I mean? And it's Friday as well, so standard Friday thing in my life. Get my haircut. Right, so the reason why you're here is you want to know what's going on with the GTR. I think what I want to do before I kick this video off is I want to drive to my favourite location where I filmed a lot of videos. I want to get some nice shots of the GTR, so let's do that now. Not the best place to be standing around filming when the temperature's like 0 degrees. It's just too cold for it. So such a beautiful car, isn't it? Such a bloody good looking car. The funny thing about this car is before I bought this car I wasn't actually a huge fan of the way they look, but once I started getting into them, even like I put a post up recently, I just looked at the picture and I was just like, that's such a cool looking car. They're so big and fat and wide, and I only wanted a pearl white one. When I was looking for a GTR, I couldn't have a silver one, I couldn't have a black one or a blue one. I literally just wanted a pearl white one. I did actually look at a red one, but I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Let's just flip that screen. So pearl white was the only colour. I got the exact car I wanted, and 2 years later I'm selling it. What I'll do is I'll drive off and we'll get talking, yeah? So I'm guessing like the thing that brought you to this video is the big title or the thumbnail saying I've sold my GTR, yeah? And the questions that you're probably going to have to ask me, I'm just thinking about this as I'm saying it, you're probably going to want to know, the obvious one is going to be why have you sold it, Calvin? And the other question is, what next? What are you going to, what's the next car in line? Now, I'm not going to answer them two questions just yet, because the other thing that I'm obviously doing today is I'm selling the car, and the guy that's buying it has got a part exchange, which I mentioned earlier. And when you see what he's got to give me, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked, all right? And that, in that part of the video, is when I will explain to you why I've done what I've done. But what I do want to say right now is, this car, like, for me, this is emotional. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am not detaching myself from this car because I'm not excited about selling this car. A massive part of me doesn't want to do it. I've thought about this long and hard for months, since the beginning of this year, funny enough. And it's in my nature to sell everything to sale as a rule. I don't keep anything. This is the longest I've ever kept a car for. But I suppose the idea behind buying this car for me was, I wanted a car for my channel. I wanted something that represented me, and I bought it with hope that I was going to keep it and it was going to be like my car. And I have done that, and I've done it for, like I say, longer than I expected I would. But I'm now at a time where, do I keep it forever, or do I sell it at some point? And if I do sell it, when am I going to do that? So today's the day. The person I've sold it to is my friend Mark. You'll know Mark because he's the guy who he owns a shop opposite my shop, which is also a little bit annoying because I'm going to see the car all the time. But he's the guy that owned the Suzuki Vitara Fatboy with a Nissan Silvia turbo engine in it. So, he's a proper petrol head, a massive petrol head, and he's got an R31 Skyline, he's got an R33 Skyline, and he's going to be having an R35 GTR as well, just to add to his collection, along with obviously the Suzuki Vitara as well. So my plan today was do a bit of filming on the car and head to go and see Mark and drop the car off. So I'm going to go and do that now, and the next clip will be a clip of the car that he's part exchanging, or the vehicle, should we say the vehicle that he's part exchanging. So I'm not going to give too much away. I'm going to go deal with Mark. It's a big moment for me, so just leave me to do that. I'm going to go deal with him, chuck him the keys, do the logbook and stuff, and then after that I'll face you with a shot of, you know. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Call me. Foot on the brake.
Foot on the brake.
Right.
That's it.
Seat forward.
Slide the round silver thing on your right hand forward, push it forward.
Like
That's it.
oh, quite.
Yeah. There it goes. Oh man. A transit van. You're all probably sitting there watching that screen right now thinking, Calvin, surely you're joking. I'm not joking, alright? But it's obvious that I've got some explaining to do, so let's go for a little drive, yeah? No power, it's got absolutely no power. Where do I start? How do I explain what I've done? How am I meant to explain this? Obviously you know I love transit vans. You know I love a transit van, but Do you know, that's nothing to do with the reason why I've done what I've done. I suppose I'm not going to be able to answer all of your questions yet, because I've obviously filmed this video before it's gone live, so no one actually knows that this is the news yet until the video goes live, if that makes sense. So if you've got any questions, ask them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them, all right? But I think the main two questions, like I said earlier, are why have you done it and what car are you getting next? They're going to be the two questions, yeah? Obviously this Transit is not my new daily. I am not looking to run around in this van. As much as I do love Transit vans, don't get me wrong, and this is actually a really nice Transit van. It's got like full leather, it's got heated seats, it's Bluetooth, parking sensors, it's got everything, yeah? But I don't plan to daily drive this van, all right? Answering your question with what would I get next, the GTR is irreplaceable, okay? So many people ask me all the time, what if you ever sell your GTR, what are you going to get? What are you going to replace it with? A GTR is not a replaceable car in my opinion. When you get a GTR tuned to stage 4.25 running at the power my old one was running, mine is running, you can't replace it. Comparing the GTR to the McLaren, for example, when I bought that McLaren, I had it in mind that might be my next car. I didn't love the McLaren nowhere near as much as I love the GTR. The way the GTR delivers power, the excitement, the comfort, just the size of it, so much about it, I just liked it so much more. So, am I going to replace GTR with something else? The answer to that is no. I'm not planning to replace the GTR with anything else, not yet anyway. For the next few months, obviously it's winter time now, having any kind of supercar or high powered car or show car even is quite pointless, because there ain't much going on and the weather's rubbish, let's face it. So for the next few months I don't really need it, and at the beginning of this year I kind of decided that was going to be the case. I thought, well, I don't really need this car, and I'll keep it for the summer, for the show period, like going to car shows and stuff, and then once that's done I'll probably get rid of it. And because I knew that Mark always wanted it, it just made sense to, it was a perfect scenario for me. And obviously he had this van that he wanted to get rid of. I'm a car trader, so it just made sense. But that answers that question. I'm not planning to replace GTR. I don't know, who knows with me, I might go and get something next week, I don't bloody know. But I think the second question, the most important question, is why? Why have I done it? What's my bloody reason? It's crazy. Surely like everyone's gonna think I'm mad that I've sold my GTR and bought a Transit van. Why on earth have I done it? Let me explain. In this current world that we live in, this current crazy materialistic world, everything's about a bloody Instagram post or a Facebook picture or what looks good outside looking in. And in that materialistic sort of false world, in a picture, what I've just done is I've just taken a huge step backwards, okay? Outside looking in, everyone, all of you lot right now gonna be watching this, gonna be like, Calvin's obviously skinned, he's struggling, he sold his GTI, he needs money. Guess what? What I've actually just done is I've took a huge step forward. And now let me explain. The GTR was a lovely car, right? Beautiful car, and do you know what? I've had so many high-end amazing cars, and I sell everything. The only car that I've kept for so long is the GTR, because I really bonded with it and I liked it more than I ever thought I would. The reason why I've sold it is because I got what I wanted out of that car, and although everyone relates me to that as that, or sees me as that guy that owns a stage 4 GTR, I'm a car trader and I want to move forward with trading with cars. Since I've been doing this Diary of a Car Trader thing, my channel, as you've probably already noticed, has grown massively. Okay, I'm getting more subs daily now than I've ever got, and that's because it's obvious that people are liking this car trade thing. The GTR formed part of my YouTube channel massively 2 years ago when I bought it. It doesn't form part of it now. So my life at the minute is, I will be driving things like this. It ain't all glamour, it ain't all excitement and fat cars with loads of power. I buy and sell all sorts of cars, and I want to document as much of it as I can, as I always say, on video for YouTube, alright? And I want to continue to do that, and I'm more motivated to do that now than I've ever been. I want to buy and sell as many bloody cars as I possibly can. And that GTR is just sat in a corner at the minute, just collecting dust, getting dirty, and not being used. I've owned that car for 2 years. I've done about 8,000 miles in it. When I bought it, it had done 41,000 miles, and today it's done about it's not even on 49 yet. I've had it serviced 3 times. I've spent a small fortune on it, but honestly, I don't regret none of it without a doubt. But I've absolutely loved owning it. But it's just become the right time for me to move forward. So that answers the question to why I sold my car. I want to push my channel as much as I can. I want to push my car trading life as much as I can. I will be getting a car, like I say, in 6 months' time, probably. I don't know for certain, but I've done it mainly for 2 reasons. One, because I want to move forward with the car trades and keep moving forward with the car trades, and 2, because I want to move forward with my channel, and that's it. So I'm sort of half assuming now that I'm going to get a lot of mixed comments. I don't ever receive any hate, so I'm not even going to go down that road. I definitely won't receive any hate. I sold my car. It's you know, we all sell our cars. But I guess that people are going to be a little bit confused. I hope that what I've just explained, or what I've just said, has explained it reasonably well, and I hope you're on side with it. And all I know is, if you just watch the direction my channel's going now, I am planning to just keep on it. I say it all the time, on it is my words. I'm on it all the time. I'm on it. Like, I wake up, I go to the gym, I go to work, I film videos, I edit. I'm like 7 days a week. I'm flat out. The only time I stop is when I sleep, and I try and eat whilst I'm on it as well. I'm just keeping on it, and I don't want to stop keeping on it. I've got so much energy for my life at the minute, it's a joke. And part of the reason for selling the GTR is I'm not a materialistic person whatsoever. So there you go. I think that's it, innit? I definitely haven't covered everything. I know that there's going to be more questions, and I know that when I edit this video, there's going to be things that I'm going to think, why didn't I, Cal, you forgot to say that, or you forgot to say that. I know there is going to be, and I'm trying to think now, what things have I missed? But whatever. Just, if you've got any questions, hit me in the comments below. Don't be shy, you know, just tell me. I know I've had a lot of people come up to me in the street and say, Cal, sorry I don't comment on your stuff online, but I want to tell you how great I think it is. I'm not telling you to tell me how great you think I am, but I want to encourage questions. And I'm also going to go on my Instagram tomorrow, and I'm going to do that ask me a question thing, because I've never done that, and I think now is probably a good time to do ask me a question. So go, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go and follow me on Instagram now, and tomorrow I'm going to do that ask me a question thing, and let's just see what you can ask me some questions there, yeah, and I'll get it all in my Insta story tomorrow night, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Welcome to my new transit van as well. This will be going up for sale straight away, by the way, and I hope you liked it. Obviously, if you did, hit like. If you're new, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader. See you later. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, it's quite simple, really. I've bought another car.